All right, guys, welcome back to the show. Today we're going to talk about 7 reasons why Bitcoin is going to 150,000 and beyond. And there are a bunch of more reasons, but I collected some of them, and I think it's a banger show. Other than that, I actually see Bitcoin. There are a bunch of more reasons, and that is actually kind of crazy because I wanted to take long positions, and I told you that I am going to take long positions, and so it is time. It is time to take the scalps and much more, guys. If you are here, if you appreciate the content, smash the like button. Let me know in the comment section. Also, if you don't know who I am, my name is Fefe. I bring you trades like these. Every day I screw this up. Like every day I have to go to the wall. Okay, no, I have to go to the screen side. Okay, cool. I rewrite threads that helps you understand crypto much better. And of course, I have a daily recap as well that we upload. And if you've been here long enough, you actually know that what is the difference? What is the difference here that you notice about this little studio here? What is the difference that you notice? Can someone tell me what the difference that they see here? So it's saying the pump is now. Yes, it's happening soon. What is the difference that you notice in the studio? What is not here in front of my mouth? Like, what is not here? There used to be like a thing here, a microphone, and it is not here anymore because we've got an NTG mic. So it's just much better sound and everything, much better looking. I mean, I'm much better looking. Let's jump into the show. All right, guys, couple of things, bunch of things to talk about. Number one.
I knew it. Monkey Face commented your BBC mic.
Your BBC mic, yeah. Your gas mask, yes. Microphone. Friendly cool. Friendly law. LGBT friendly. Oh my god. Okay, let's go. Let's go. It's time to jump in here. Number one, I'm gonna run through it because then we got a bunch of stuff. Like there is actually, the market is started to pump. I shared some trades here in trade ideas here in the Telegram, and I'm gonna share it with you as well on the show because I'm awesome, and I might even take some trades here live. Now, one thing: inflation and rates. Reason number one: inflation and interest rates. So we have been talking about these for a long time, but inflation came in yesterday at 2.3%. Unexpectedly. So actually the expectation was 2.4%. And as I was even telling you that there cannot be a positive surprise, but apparently there was a positive surprise. Now, I think inflation will start picking up. That will reflect on the whole tariff situation. But the fact is that the Fed is basically getting towards their goal of 2%. Now, the interesting part about this is that JP has been very vocal about the fact that they want to cut and their target is 2%. Now, official inflation numbers are 2.3% right now. And if there is one more CPI report, this is why it's going to be crucial. There's one more reading, CPI reading, that is better than expectations. JP is actually going to be late on cutting. But it's not only about rate cutting, it's also about quantitative easing, and it's also about liquidity injections. As you see, China already injected 138 billion liquidity into the economy, and we do have another FOMC happening on the 18th of June, and the probability of the rate cut at that time rate cut is 91%. 91% for no change and 8% for a rate cut. Now, I said it on live yesterday and I'm saying it again. I do believe that this number is going to drastically drop as we move closer to the FOMC, and as we will see more and more as we move closer to the FOMC, and as we see more and more developments on the China front. Now, this is the interesting part. We did have the inflation coming at 2.3, which is interesting. Trueflation is giving us something here. The Trueflation shows that real inflation, though, is not 2.4 and not 2.3. It's 1.57. Crazy. I'll tell you why. JP was very vocal about the fact that they need to achieve this 2% target. And whether they achieve it or not, he said that they are not going to cut. But here is something that was in January this year. Listen to this.
The committee should wait until inflation has fallen back to target to cut rates again?
No, I wouldn't say that. We've never said we need to be all the way at target to reduce rates. At any time, what we're doing is we're looking at the economy and asking whether our policy stance is the right one to achieve maximum employment and price stability. So I think if we would want to see further progress, but we think our as I mentioned, we think that our policy stance is restrictive, meaningfully restrictive, not highly restrictive, but meaningfully restrictive. And so I would think we need to see further progress. I wouldn't say all the way back.
Does he have a Rolex? Do I see that? Does he wing a Rolex?
To reduce rates.
I'm just thinking, like, is that a Rolex? I think it is a Rolex.
And asking whether our policy stance
Servant
is
of the
right
public
one to achieve maximum.
I think it's like a $40,000 Rolex.
So I think if we
Anyway, so he says that he does not need to see rates going down to target to start cutting this year. Now, we know what happens when the Fed cuts. Last time it cut in COVID times, 2020, and injected 700 billion into the economy. Bitcoin had one of the largest runs. Like, it went from like 10,000 all the way to 70,000, and then a ripple effect later on here in 2021. But this is, a cut is going to be extremely, extremely bullish, and it is coming. It is coming. I do think that June is going to be very high probability for a cut if the China and the US relations get much more clarity. Now, Rolex from China, someone says. Rolex from China. Also, guys, if you are here and if you appreciate the content, it is time for you to smash and obliterate the like button. This is what we're doing. I see that we have 700 people, 600 people watching, 151 likes. So just do that. Fefe, very scuzz. There. He's sitting right there. He's sitting right here. He's looking at me. My boy. Charm on there. What's good? What's good? What's good? She's fit. Smash those likes, y'all. Yes. Okay. Let's jump in here. M2 money supply. So we've been following this. This is reason number 2. M2 money supply is perfectly aligned with Bitcoin. So much so, every money supply is exploding, by the way. So much so that 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗙𝗙 actually wrote a whole thread here about a research that she commissioned. And that says that 83% is the correlation. 83% of the time, M2 money supply actually positively correlates with Bitcoin. The next one that is, as high is the S&P, 81%. And the next one, volatility, 72. So seeing an 83% correlation, 83% correlation, Bitcoin and the money supply, it's absolutely, it's absolutely insane. And if you look at the weekly chart here, just show this here. If you show the weekly chart, this little dip here that we had, so between, just mark this here, the M2 money supply is always leading. You see, the M2 money supply started skyrocketing when there was still a dump in November, FTX, right? But there was still a dump in November. And then you see here the same thing. M2 money supply starts dipping, Bitcoin is still pushing a little higher. Same thing here. This dip here was driven vastly by this as well. You see that there is dump in the money supply, but at the same time, Bitcoin is increasing. It's a little bit later. Then we had the dump following and moving on from there. So anyway, this is the reason number 2. Number 3, China and the US tariff deal. Now, I've been talking about this. We've been going on and on and on and on and on about China. But the deal is, the most important part is that there is a current deal happening, and the current deal will extend. So there's 90 days period for them to make up a deal. If they can make that deal happen, everything is basically set. Now, what is interesting is that obviously the market doesn't like uncertainty and doesn't like uncertainty from tariffs. But you can see it clearly breaking. President Trump dropped another nuke saying that the tariffs will go into effect. That was February, late January, February. Markets nuke, Bitcoin nuke since then. And the moment there was a discussion about a revision on this, Bitcoin pumped every single time. So you see here as well, just the latest, when they announced that there was going to be a 90-day period, Bitcoin literally pulled in one of the largest daily candles in the past, months and months and months. So absolutely bullish. Furthermore, I don't know if this is true, but like, you can consider the fact that some of the tariff money could be going onto sovereign wealth funds, but also to purchase Bitcoin. But what I said is the reason with this whole China and the US situation is that you need to have clarity between the US and China. Okay, so if there is going to be clarity, which seems to be, that is basically the final boss. So what people don't realize is that if there is a trade deal, there will be a trade deal. We have one. This is not a token launch or a random announcement, but the final boss of the Sea of Uncertainty. And also in the Sea of Uncertainty when it comes to inflation, because the JP was very vocal about the fact that inflation vastly is driven or the uncertainty around inflation is vastly driven because of the whole tariff situation. So if that clears out, inflation is down to 1.5%. Even the official is down to 2.3, which is almost at target. There is no reason for them not to cut. And I just explained how would that go. Next one up is institutions and nations. So we do see a bunch of institutions getting in here. A bunch of institutions. First of all, ETF inflows are making highs and highs and new highs. They hold about 14,000 Bitcoins, okay? 14,000 Bitcoins. That's absolutely crazy. The new 9 ETFs, 800, new all-time highs, 808,000 Bitcoin held in all the ETFs. So they're adding like 14,000 a day, a week, and they have 808,000 Bitcoin held in ETFs. Absolutely crazy, but can you imagine that? 800,000. You put that on a ledger, or like what do you do with that? You put that on a ledger down there. Anyway, and it's not only the ETFs and retail and whatnot. You've got these companies like 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗙𝗪 that are acquiring. Am I following strategy here? That are acquiring, of course I am. That are acquiring billions and billions and billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. It's not only to be a treasury company, but also major companies hold Bitcoin. For example, Tesla owns 11,000 Bitcoins. Coinbase, obviously, Galaxy, obviously, but you've got some major ones. Let me see here. Rumble holding Bitcoins, for example. What is like hot 8s? Yes, but what? Anyway, you can look at these and just go through. I actually don't know. Nexum, for example. So it's not Exodus. It's not all of them are crypto companies. Web2 companies are moving into the space as well. And of course, the prediction is that there will be more and more and more treasury companies, just like 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗪's strategy. That means that the prediction is that there will be about 700 new Bitcoin treasury companies by next year, which obviously gives a little bit of dilution, but there is a massive, massive institutional demand. And then nations. So El Salvador is one of the leading examples, one of the first ones to make Bitcoin as a national currency. But it's not only El Salvador. The governments hold about 2.3% of all Bitcoins now. So governments around the world. If you scroll lower here, there should be a graph. Let me just show you here. Here. So United States comes in first. China apparently holds almost as much as the United States. UK, Bhutan. Now Bhutan is interesting because I wanted to bring this here as well. Bhutan is big because they're also mining Bitcoin, utilizing their water hydro energy. So you will see more and more less developed countries utilizing their natural resources to buy Bitcoin or just accept Bitcoin as a national currency. Next one up is, as we talk about governments, pro-crypto administration. Now this is also something not new, but we've got this orange man here in office who says the following.
The United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world, and we'll get it done. Crypto.
Trump, if you're watching my show, you better be in Vegas this year. You better be in Vegas this year, bro. Because if you're not in Vegas, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I will need to see Trump in Vegas. This is the only reason I'm going. And I know JD Vance is a very good guy. And I know he's going. And I know that the Trump sons are going to be there. But I want to see the orange man himself. So tremendous amount of time and money spent on my travel to Vegas. I would like to see the Trump. Okay, so let's see what happens, but I'd like to see him going there. Then we have strategic Bitcoin reserve. The government, the president is involved with World Verified crypto project. He has his own memes. But most importantly, what I think is very, very important here is the regulatory framework that comes with it and that ripples onto the world, okay? So someone is saying weird fanboy. Bruv, this is the largest government on the planet accepting Bitcoin as a strategic reserve. If you do not want to see the largest Bitcoin conference in the United States, and you don't want to see the president of the United States who legalized that speak, you should not watch this show. It's very simple. So I'm actually excited about seeing. I hope he's coming. I don't know if he is, but I actually see very little chance, but it would be super cool. But I think what is important here is the ripple effect that this will have on all different governments and nations, because you look at the you look at the United States and you go like, okay, other countries are taking precedent on a lot of things, what the United States does. And it takes years and years and years to ripple down. But I guarantee you that it will come to other nations. We have a new SEC crypto task force that is focused on regulation. Paul Atkins, who's a very big Bitcoin and crypto guy for a long time, has been on. SEC is dropping cases. It's going to be very, very, very bullish. Let me just jump in here in the comment. What are we doing here in the comment section? Down, Fefe Army, break the ledger. It's so relaxing. Nice news recap. Good work. I'm so happy. How is it going with $1 Billion Hustle NFT? We have to. Cause just chilling here. I don't know. It comes in to chill. I don't know. It just comes in. I don't know. Did you get your? Oh, I know now. I know. So Cos didn't have a water heater at home because it went wrong. You know, it went broke. I think that's why you're coming in here. Yeah. He's just coming in to take a shower. Yeah, I get it now. Okay, cool. Just don't trump people who rug like true. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a $40,000 watch. It's a Submariner, yeah. Huh? Yeah, I mean, serving of the public. What about the dip? What about it? Loving the $1 Billion Hustle blog. I'm so happy. So look, for those of you who don't know what a $1 Billion Hustle is, it's my blog. It's called the $1 Billion Hustle. We put out an episode every 2,200 views. Have you seen it? The recent episode got 2,200 views. Okay, X. Accused. You know, you could. Another 13-year-old or 14-year-old, yeah. Giving advice to crypto kids, shout out to him. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I heard that we're gonna win it. Anyway, you wanna go check that out? There's a link in the description. So go and check that out. You simply, if you just go onto the show, you go down to the description, you will be able to see all my socials here. Fefe's trading channel, subscribe to Fefe's vlog, and all that stuff is right here. So go and check that. It's actually pretty cool. And also, if you're at it, I launched a free Telegram where I share all these trades and everything that I basically do. It's like a dumpster fire. It's like a dumpster for my brain. So if you want any of that, there's a link in the description. Now there is almost 400 people. There's 4,000 people in here. And there's about 400 people who want to be accepted. So we don't accept everyone every day. I'm trying to do it. If we get 500 likes on this show, I will approve everyone today. But we don't know how that will go. So we'll just see. But there's a link in the description. You can go and check that out as well. The next thing up is the Russia and Ukraine situation. Now, I said it a million times, and I don't think the market really cares about it. But it's important to note here because again, it's the precedent, right? So if there is peace, there is no uncertainty. If there is no uncertainty, the markets like no uncertainty, and therefore it would be good for the overall market as an addition. Now, there is obviously a discussion happening. This is such a crazy photo in the Vatican with Zelensky and Trump sitting down in the Vatican just discussing. But there is a initiative from Trump. He's pushing very, very hard on a peace deal, and it is going to happen. So Zelensky agreed to meet Putin on Thursday. So they're meeting in Turkey. This is actually, and this is without all, like, I'm not even getting into it, but like genuinely, you know what I'm thinking is like, imagine two countries that have people who are killing each other. And these two people leading these two countries have to sit down in front of each other, look each other in the eye, and talk. Like, I don't know, I know it's not crypto stuff, but I'm just thinking like, and this is what I do in the $1 Billion Hustle as well. I can just give you so much thought process and motivation and everything. Like, but this is something that even imagining it gives me goosebumps. Like the power of, like, you think you have an argument with your father, your mother, your whatever. Bro, you don't know. You don't know shit, you know? Like sitting down, these two people sitting down each other. Anyway, it's gonna happen this Thursday. I hope there is something good coming out of it. Yeah, finally people stop dying. I think that would be incredible. So, recession fears, the next one up. The number, it's actually the last, oh, it's number 6, yeah. So recession, two things. One, recession odds drop drastically after again the US-China, why do I have this white thing in my shirt? After this US-China deal, recession odds drop drastically down to 39%, but also Goldman Sachs dropped it from 45 to 35. JP Morgan dropped it completely. So like the thing is that you see more and more of these companies that were projecting a recession are now pulling back because of the reasons I explained a lot of times on the show. But one thing is super important. Even if there was a recession happening, the only problem with the recession is that you have an initial dip. But if you're able to time that and you're able to identify the recession is happening, so we'll obviously follow the market, and this is why you subscribe, this is why you come back, this is why you follow me on X, this is why you're in a Telegram, we can get out in time and just simply buy the bottom, because the best buying opportunities have been at the end of each recession. So something not to be worried about, and something to consider. And then the third one and the last one is basically charts. China charts. And this is what we're going to talk about now. We're going to talk about charts. Here's a couple of things, guys. One, and most important, we have 800 people watching and 320 likes. So I'm not even going to go in that. You know what to do. We have to stop the show if you don't. Second, this was my recap. Number 7 is the charts, which we're going to do now. But third, which is also very, very important, is that if you look on the description, there is something called subscribe to Fefe's trading channel. It's right here. So if you subscribe to this channel, you click on there, you will land on this page. And when you land here, I already have a show scheduled. So I don't know when, but I'm probably gonna move here for a more substantial time, depending on how Ren and the others move on to Crypto Live. So we're gonna move around a little bit. This is my trading channel, and I give you trading education and a trading live show every single day. So the Telegram is great because I follow up with it. I give you all my trades and every thought that I have. I leave you voice notes. I have a dedicated video that I just posted in the Telegram now. That's cool, join that. But also subscribe to the 𝗙𝗪𝗏 Club, because that's where I bring you a daily market analysis on different tokens. Yesterday we did one which was like 10 altcoins and 10 trades in under 6 minutes, literally just running through trades that you might want to take. Said after this show I'm going to jump in there and analyze all your tokens and much more. So do that, check that out. Let's go. I have to get in on long positions here, bruv, because I have to. Oh, I want to continue, but we only have 360 likes. What should we do? Woo! End the show. Should I end the show? I don't want to end the show. I've got so much alpha now. Market is pumping. I don't want to end the show. Come on, guys. Like the show. Bread cooking. We're going to look at it. Bread cooking. Bread shit by 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗙𝗏. Load that photo. Good as... what? All in spot right now? No, I'm not. I'm about 50-60%. I had a tiger. Off the comments in Telegram. I turned it off, brother. Just look back. Recession will come later, like or not. But now we'll enjoy the right. I agree. LOL. LOL, Hamza. Likes not going up. I think I'm going to do the total and then we just stop the show. If we don't get to like 500 likes, I think we stop the show. That means people don't enjoy the content. So, I'm going to do the total. And if we don't get to 500 likes, I think we're just going to stop the show because people don't enjoy the content. I don't want to push the content onto people. So, here is what I've actually, if you are in the Telegram, this will be a little bit, repetition because I already told you this, but I've been waiting for the 50% down here at 3.27 trillion, right? So, also, did I say that the Telegram is free? Anyway, the Telegram is free. So, 50% down here, 3.27, I'm waiting for that dip to happen. But the problem is, a lot of times, if you look at this here, for example, you've got to break off the suppression, and you don't really get the 50% retraces, but what you will get is always a higher high. So what you want to look for is you want to look for a 5-minute and a 15-minute higher high after potentially liquidating a session. This is exactly what happened here. So technically, this is already a great long opportunity, while you have to keep in mind that your stop loss is down there. So what I mean is the following. You look here on the hourly chart. Just zoom in here. You look on the hourly chart, we do have a bullish structure. My only problem here is that we didn't close above on the hourly. So there is no close above here. This is why I'm still thinking that we can come lower and just simply go all the way down here to this low and then possibly have a reversal from there. Ultimately, here's what I'm looking at on every chart. And again, we're going to jump into the 𝗙𝗪𝗏 Club and I'm going to analyze all the tokens that you want and all the tokens that I think is good. And I also posted some of them. So for example, I posted Sol, I posted Sol, I posted ETH, I posted LTC. So we're going to look at these as well in the 𝗙𝗪𝗏 Club. So ultimately, here's what I'm looking at. One, we have a very impulsive push and just a slow bleed down. That's very good. This pattern is called elevator up, stairs down. The reason why it's good is because you always want to be in the elevator, and you always want to be on the elevator when it goes up or when it goes down. So ultimately, because it's coming down in a very slow and choppy manner, I do think that this is an incredible long opportunity. If we get this down here, throw the house at it, keep stop loss below here. If we don't, well, I'm gonna take some positions. And number one, I'm gonna share with you ETH here, and then ETH actually came back. So I am going to take ETH. I am going to take the ETH position now. So ETH came back here. I want you to know, and I even gave this, I posted a video in the Telegram today, and I said you have two main strategies. One is layering in, which is you buy here, and then if it drops, you buy, and you have your major 4-hour hourly lows. And because the market is very heated, we probably are going to go much higher. And this is the strategy that I'm going to adopt. So I am actually going to take the other strategy is simply wait for a market structure shift. I'm going to share it with you on the 100x Club later today or after the show. So ultimately, I'm going to get it on an ETH long here, but my stop loss is going to be big because this is the position that I'm going to start building up. This is going to be my stop loss. And don't call me crazy. I know some of you will say, but the risk reward is not there, and you always tell me the risk reward. Yes, you have two ways of trading now. Again, one, you have to wait for a 5-minute market structure shift. You could technically just wait for it on all the tokens. And once that's done, get in, put your stop loss down here, and then take that as a scalp. We're going to talk about that as well. But ultimately, I want to build a position. I want to build a position, and I want to ride that position into the next leg up, which can be, you know, ETH can go to like 6,000, 7,000. Solana can go to all-time highs and beyond. So this is what I'm looking at. I'm actually going to take an ETH. And I wanted to tell you one more thing. So Ran has been saying that we should trade against 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗙𝗪 bots. So there's this guy, 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗙𝗙, cool guy. And he has a school with I think we have a link in the description. If not, it's fine. We're going to get it in. But ultimately, there is this trading school and he builds AI bots and much more. And it was like, okay, let's challenge these AI bots. So what I did is I loaded this account up with $5,000. And I'm going to trade against, every host actually is going to trade against 𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗪 bots. And then in a month's time, we're going to see who is where and what we do. I'm actually excited about this. And so I have this account here. What is good is that I'm going to use this account in a Telegram as well. So we're going to go and I'm going to use and openly share this account where we're at with it. This is going to be my trading account. You know, I usually don't share money because I think it doesn't make any sense to do. But I just loaded this up with $5,000 and then we're going to take it from there. And also, this is 𝗏𝗏𝗏. So if you use my link in the description using 𝗏𝗏𝗏, the good part is that if you trade over $1 million in volume in a month, you will get into a special raffle and you will be able to win a 30-minute consultation with me. So the reason why you want to use this is not only because of all the bonuses and all the sign-up stuff, and also because they're an incredible exchange, non-KYC available worldwide, but also because you have a chance of winning a consultation with me. Yes, I think, did we cover everything, cuz? What's happening? Oh, one more thing I wanted to tell you. Yes, and you're gonna tell me I'm shilling, but I don't even care. But I wanted to tell you, guys, I got another message. So there is a new scam going around. Here's how the scam works. You get, especially because of my Telegram, I'm trying everything I can. I can't stop, people losing money. But the thing is that there was someone DMing me and they said they subscribe to my premium and it's so shit that I actually don't give them and whatever. And it turns out that the person actually got scammed by someone inviting them to another Telegram, depositing onto a shitty platform. It was a complete shit show, the same shit. I don't know how people don't realize this. Don't ask me. I'm just trying to protect. And so what I can tell you is, and again, this is why I personally use NordVPN, other than the fact that you have double VPN and you have all the cool stuff the VPN can offer, is that they have something called the threat protection. I can't protect you from going into a Telegram group, but I can protect you from getting onto a phishing site. The way to do it, NordVPN is probably like, I don't even know, you get 4 extra months, but I think it's like $5 a month. It's such a stupid thing not to get yourself a NordVPN and turn on threat protection, get the threat protection as well. And so you don't get, if you would, so if this person, I said the same thing to her, if this person would get onto a phishing website and had a threat protection, that threat protection would just simply go, this is a phishing site, and it would just simply flag it, and you would not be depositing money onto a phishing site. But anyway, I know that I'm saying this all the shows, but I literally can't say more enough. This is one of the best investments you can make, guys. Cuz, what do you say? What's funny?
This guy with caca.
What is caca?
The guy in the chat, he's trying to write, but YouTube bans his messages.
Why is he banning?
He's betting mad.
F you, YouTube. Bread is the fastest pumping coin where the market pumps. Why? Let me look at it. Yeah, I'm taking it. You know, I'm actually taking an ETH position here. I just wanted to take it as a scalp, but we could take an ETH position here. I might just convert it into scalp. Let's see. I'm just taking an ETH position here. 3x is fine. Yes, good. I'm gonna put a stop down here. 240. I mean 2400, not 240, sorry. Building up this position. As it starts dropping, I'm gonna update you in the Telegram. But as it starts dropping, I'm going to layer in. This low should hold underneath. I think it's 2,400 is the floor. Unless there's some crazy news happening, which I hope not, but we have to see. So I wanted to say, what is Brett? So why is Brett? I'm gonna give this taste to the people because he's saying we should do this on the 100x club. We are going to do it on the 100x club. We're gonna move over in a second. So I mean, I don't know what you mean, but Brett is not the strongest balancing here. I mean, Brett had an incredible balance here. That's just simple supply and demand, higher high. I told you about this. It's probably came back 50. Look at this. No, it didn't. Okay, this is a good example why you trade the high highs. Brett, I don't know why. It's just strong. I don't know why. It's control supply. There is rejection, but there's also liquidity. If this would come back down to 0.076, would be interested in getting in. But what we're gonna do is we're going to analyze all this on the 100x club. I'm literally jumping on to this show now. You will be able to find it down in the description. Just come here, Fefe's trading channel. You'll be able to jump in here. We're gonna do it in a second. Guys, truly appreciate for you being here. Check out these 2 videos. This is going to be one of the trading ones on the 100x club. You can click here to subscribe. Come back tomorrow, subscribe to the channel. Check out our links in the description. And I believe I'll see you in the next one. Take care.